There we go. Where you at? Where you interviewing from today?
Kansas City.
Cool.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there quite a few times. Give me maybe 30 seconds here.
All right.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Tell me a little about your bands.
Um, we started a little bit north of you up in Nebraska. Started the band with my brothers. Been doing it for 25 years now. And how'd you hear about us?
Well, I played your song years ago on my podcast called Tune the World Out Radio Show back in the day.
Yeah.
And then when I went to college, I started a new podcast or a radio show called Two Guys in a Sound System. And then I've been just doing music for a long time by booking bands in Kansas City and also um, going to shows and um, doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. We played Kansas City maybe 2 or 3 times, which we need to get there more often.
I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a good place to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the barbecue and you got everything else there. I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Um, so, um, how did you discover your music? Like your music?
How did I
Like,
like? How do I
how
make
did you
songs? How do I find songs?
how did you discover the love of music of your own?
Oh, I started just um, playing piano when I was like 5 years old, and I think that's how it all started for me.
Do you have any hidden talents that nobody knows about?
Um, None that are hidden. Um, I mean, if you're on my social media, you know that I decorate cakes for my children only for their birthdays, and I also make crepes. Which it's crepes is actually an art form. You got to get the batter just right to make them work, like those real thin pancakes.
Well, I do bake cookies, so that's something
Oh, cool,
that keeps me going.
nice.
Um, and I do it out of my apartment, so um, that's kind of
Okay.
cool.
What's your favorite kind of cookie you make?
Um, well, the other day I was made homemade crumble cookies by
Oh, wow.
um, from the copycat recipe.
How do they compare? Would I be able to tell the difference? You think?
No, no, but
Hmm.
that's people say taste the same.
Same texture, same consistency.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Who would you want to go on tour with if you had the chance to, or if you didn't have the chance to?
I would love to open for the band U2 or Muse or the Foo Fighters or the Killers or Switchfoot.
Never, I never. The last one you said, I haven't heard of them before.
You haven't heard of Switchfoot?
No.
You might recognize a couple songs. You recognize everybody else though.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see the ones I have on here. Um,
You say two guys in a sound system. Who's the other guy?
my friend. Well, my friend from college. His name is Austin, but he lives in the East Coast. So now
Okay.
we were best friends, and then we did a show together for 3 years, and then when he left college, I left college, and then we just kept the name because it kind of I just liked it. I didn't want to change it.
Nice. Cool.
So, um, who would you like? How do you like? What's your favorite places to go to? Do you have any favorite
Um,
ones?
with the band, I love playing in Germany, especially, but I do love traveling to Thailand. It's like a really special country for me to be in.
Well, I've been to Germany. It's very beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It seems like it could be certain areas in the North Midwest of the United States, you know? The same
Yeah.
with Japan sometimes. Sometimes Japan feels like it could be like the United States. And even Thailand, feels like it could be here in Tennessee sometimes, the rolling hills.
Have you been to Berlin?
Berlin, I have not been to Berlin yet. No. No, no, I've been to Berlin. I have not been to. No, I've been to München. I haven't been to Berlin. Sorry. I get Munich and
Oh,
Berlin mixed up.
well, that's a nice place too.
Yeah, maybe this next trip. We're going hopefully in March with the band to go to Germany again.
My sister used to live out there for a year, and then
Okay.
they bought me tickets for my birthday when I was in college, and then I kind of went out there
Nice.
to celebrate my birthday to go to Berlin and then Germany for a
Nice.
while. So it was fun. Got to make chocolate,
Yeah.
homemade chocolate or
Yeah, that's
something.
cool.
Yeah.
You're all
Um.
about making those sweets, aren't you? We have
Yeah.
that in common.
I mean, it's something I like to do. I also sell
Yeah.
them, and people order them, and I ship them out, mostly in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Um, if you got the chance to tour with somebody, who would like any other bands would you want on tour with? That's live or dead?
Oh, Live or Dead. The Beatles, I guess. The Rolling Stones. I guess they're still rolling.
Yeah.
Uh, I would have loved to tour with Johnny Cash just to be around him and get to know him as a person. Everything I've heard about him, he seems like a very complicated and interesting and empathetic and humble individual.
Does your kids like music too?
Yeah, they do. My daughter's she tried out for a solo from this Harriet Tubman musical. Stand Up was the song. She likes Lana Del Rey, and they both like. My older kids like a lot of hip hop, like Travis Scott, and um, but then my son is into the '90s again, which is nice. So he's rediscovering Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and nobody likes the Smashing Pumpkins, which makes me sad because that was my first love
Um,
when it came to rock and roll.
they're really good. I like them. I also like
Yeah,
REM
Billy.
and
Yeah,
um,
REM's one that the kids. I don't think my kids know them yet. Yeah, REM was special and unique, and like it definitely belonged in there. But I like how REM belonged in the '90s in their own way. It's a cool.
I mean, I've mostly when I was younger, my uncle would play it all the time in the house or in the car when we're all together jamming to a song. So
Yeah.
that was kind of nice. Um, what is it hard to write a song or to think of a song?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's a struggle, um, and just learning to fight through it. Like right now, I'm working on several songs, and sometimes the more I care about them, the more uh, the more I want it just to be perfect. You know, I want it to be the right word that feels the right way when it's sung.
I love your song Daylight. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
thank you, man. It's 15 years
Um,
old now.
it's very popular too. I guess it that's I play it a lot on my phone
Good.
and also on Spotify and Apple Music, all those
Yeah.
platforms. I write my own music too, but I don't do any shows, but I just like to write music and do spoken word and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Um, what is one of your powerful songs that you've sang on tour that has a
One of
good
my favorite
story to
songs,
it? That has a good
uh,
story to it.
the song "Warlike" we play a lot, and it comes from uh, the story behind it would be me realizing the world is the way it is, and trying to make peace with that fact, but also lamenting the fact that there's so much war, there's so much oppression, there's so many people running from conflict, running from violence, there's so much exploitation of workers and child soldiers and um, trafficking. So that song focuses on all those things and just kind of asks the question, why are we this way?
I was seeing that you were doing a don't like donating something to it or doing the donation.
Yeah, we donate our time to a counter trafficking organization called the Exodus Road, and we also donate our finances. And the Exodus Road helps find evidence of sex trafficking, and we partner with authorities around the world to assist in the escape of survivors of sex trafficking and other kinds of trafficking. Um, and so that's become a big part of our band's story and an opportunity for me to volunteer too with the organization when I can, joining on overseas missions and helping tell the story of the brave women and men that are consistently contributing to freedom in that way.
How did you find this that kind of charity?
That charity, the Exodus Road, found Remedy Drive in 2008, around the time you were listening, around the time Daylight came out, that album, the founders of that organization, Laura and Matt Parker, Matt was a big fan of that song all along from that album. They found us and approached me without knowing that I was already writing songs that had to do with that kind of work in that arena. So it was a really special collision of courses that we were both on.
That's kind of cool that they found you.
Yeah, it was cool that it was just like it seemed guided in some way. What's out of my hands?
What kind of songs have you been working on in recently? That can you tell?
Re- yeah, recently there's you know more of the same uh, songs that focus on injustice, but also focusing on hope, focusing on the reality that we're resiliently designed. Um, and able to overcome adversity as humans. There's going to be a lot more informed by the electric guitar and less by synths this time around, and also bringing back a high string guitar, a resonator guitar. It's going to feel a little bit more like the '90s. I hope that's my goal.
Well, that's exciting. Do you record at home or you go to like a studio?
Yeah, I have a studio here at my house. We're doing the whole album here at my house, which I'm excited about.
Is this like the first time you're recording at home?
It's the first time we've recorded drums at my house, and uh, the guitars are going out into the garage, but we have some soundproofing and stuff out there. But the studio's right over here. You can kind of see it. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
so that's the main area there. Sometimes my family lets it spill out into our living space a little bit, but then it always ends back up in that small area there. And it's nice because I can go in there, I can work on stuff when my kids are doing homework at this table. Um, but the majority of the magic happens over there.
What's one of your favorite instruments that you've um,
I love the piano. I
did you
love
learn
that
that
piano in particular.
did you learn that when you were
That,
little, or
yeah, I started playing piano when I was like 7 years old.
that's cool? Like, where would you want to do if you were not doing music?
I don't know. I would want to do some sort of humanitarian work. Sometimes I wonder if I'd want to go into business and, and try to see what I could do there. I don't know if I would have fun or not. I'd want to
Oh,
travel a lot.
do you travel a lot with the bands?
Yeah, with the band and with the charity that I volunteer with, I do a lot of traveling. So I wonder maybe if I wouldn't want to travel. I don't know. I think I always want to travel.
Do you ever take the kids on tour with you?
Sometimes when they were younger, a lot. My son's probably going to road manage the band when we go to Germany next year. I'm
That's
excited about that.
exciting.
Trying to soak up as much time as I can with him, as I only got 9 months left before he heads out to college.
Does he have a college picked out?
I got to work on that as soon as we're done talking here. I'm helping him with that.
Oh, well, I did go to I went to Delaware, um, and that
Okay.
was fun. But now it's kind of being home is much better too, being closer to family.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any like where can people listen to your music at?
Wherever they do, I don't know. We're on Tidal, in addition to what you mentioned, Spotify, Apple Music, um, Commodities on vinyl. The new album's going to be on vinyl too. So I'm excited about that.
I saw that you released a song a
Hmm.
couple of days ago.
Begin Again came out, I think, a month ago. And then we released new versions of a song called Polaris and a song called Pax Americana, or Pax Melodium. Um, but we released both those with a violin in them, which is kind of cool to redo a song and reimagine it and have violin fill in some of the gaps. It was special.
That's cool. Like, do you have like anything that you would want to do to make the this track like this next album great that you haven't had on it before?
That's a great question. I'd like to have two or three songs that are cello. Um, I love the cello. Um, and there's no reason I can't. I'll find a cello player to come help me out.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to find somebody around your area.
Yeah, it's nice living in Nashville. It's a good place to find a musician.
Yeah, I mean, you live in Nashville right now.
Hmm.
What's like? What kind of venues do you like to play out there?
We don't play a lot of shows in Nashville, mostly since we started in the Midwest. A lot of our invitations are more in the Midwest. but we play a lot of festivals in the summer.
Do you have a favorite festival you like in the Midwest?
We've always played a festival up in South Dakota called Lifelight, and that would probably be my favorite. They don't play as much. So Life Fest. There's another one in Wisconsin. But a lot of them have gone under and have gone out of existence. The two best festival performances ever. Well, three. One would be one called Loud and Proud in Germany. One in Denmark, I think called Riverfest, and I forget what festival we played. I think it was Flavo Festival in the Netherlands. Those were like amazing. Hearing people sing like "Daylight is Coming" with an accent was kind of cool. The audience has an accent as a group.
Well, I mean, you don't have an accent. Do I? Do I sound like I have one?
I don't think so, but it's all a matter of perspective.
Oh, well, I mean, I used to live in New Jersey too, but I don't have the New Jersey accent anymore. I guess I have the Midwest. I guess I don't know. But you have any other um, things you want to talk about?
I think we nailed it, man. I love, I love, I love the opportunity for people to find out about the Exodus Road, and they can do so by going to remedydrive.com/action. And you can see all these creative ways that our fan base and our community has pitched in to help raise awareness and raise funds to fund the work that we're part of. And that would be my goal with any concert, any interview I do, to try to rally people um, and convince people that our small and seemingly insignificant actions in the direction of freedom and justice, and mercy and compassion have purpose and have value. And that's a big part of a lot of the lyric and the songs over the last decade. So remedydrive.com/action. And you can find out a lot more about what we're doing.
I have the one more question. What's your favorite song from
All right.
this new album?
The one that we're currently writing,
Mm-hmm.
or the one the previous one?
Any of
Well,
them.
my favorite song from the previous album right now, and that changes all the time. It's the one I recorded on Instagram yesterday. Time. It just is a song about the passing of time and not being able to slow it down. Um, so that'd be my favorite one from the previous album.
All right. Well, it's good chatting with you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of
Thanks,
your
Daniel.
day to let me know when you're in Kansas City. I would love to come out and see you.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Well,
Good talking to you.
you too. Bye.